The Power Factor Show with Rick, Steve, and Caleb. Episode 56.
You can find this podcast and others at Gun Rights Radio Network, gunrightsradio.com. Podcasting freedom.
Brought to you by Safariland.
Hey, welcome back to Power Factor. I'm Rick, and we are yet once again back at the shop of John Larson at JPL Precision, and we're going to go through the detailed strip and inspection this time of a USPSA open gun, how it differentiates from your typical 1911 or other, kind of mill run pistol. And of course, each of these is a little bit its own animal, right? I mean, depending on what kind of, whether you've got a bushing comp or a cone comp or this or that on it, it's going to determine how it comes apart. Is this one pretty standard in terms of the configuration of what you're likely to see? I mean,
this is extremely standard for a gun that I built.
Okay, there you go. The industry standard.
It is right here.
Yeah. Okay. And so we're going to just do the same detail strip and inspection.
We're going to make sure that there's nothing in it. And this is a cone and a comp on the barrel. It's 3 pieces.
Okay. Oh, so that's threaded onto the barrel?
It's threaded onto the barrel.
Is that the way you do it, is threading rather than sweating or gluing? Or?
Yeah, for a short gun, yes. Because this has a 1/2 inch cut off at the front of the slide. So a commander barrel is a little too short, and a government barrel is a little too long. So the way to get the front lockup point is to use a cone.
Okay, cool. Well, let's rip it apart then.
Okay, so this is basically a, what is this? This is an STI 9mm open gun. This is a short open pistol. It's 4.5 inches, not 5 inches. It has a, I'm not sure, I think this is a Chile sideways mount on a Seymour on it, and this individual wanted a racker, but not out the left side of the pistol. He wanted one out of the right side of the pistol, and it works for him. And I'm going to take this apart and take a look at stuff. I don't expect to see much of anything wrong with it. It's only got about 4,000 rounds on it, and I'm going to clean it up and then send it off and get it hard chromed. So this is pretty much like the single stack we did a while ago, where the first thing you want to do is check it, make sure there's nothing in the chamber. It is empty, nothing in the magazine well. Dry fire at one time, it's good. So on this pistol, I think the first thing I'll do is take the top end off. And to do that, I need a takedown pin, which I should have gotten out a minute ago. So on the single stack 1911 we took apart before, it had a bushing in it. This pistol does not. It has a full-length guide rod that really sticks out the front. There is no bushing. It has a cone on it. So to take it apart, we need to lock the slide back and then use a takedown pin. This is just some stiff wire. A lot of guys will take like a big paper clip and cut it and use it. And there's a hole in the guide rod that the pin goes in. Ease it forward, so that takes care of the spring tension on the slide. Line up the notch with the slide stop, and this should all come off the front of it. Recoil system comes back and out as a unit, and just put the link forward and the barrel comes out of the slide. Slide comes apart just like basic 1911. Push the firing pin in, take the firing pin stop out, firing pins out of it. And we talked before about extractors. And this is a 9mm. So if I just go to push it straight back, it will not come out because the hook is over the breech face. And what we do with our handy dandy little tool is we're going to get the front of the hook and pull it towards the outside of the pistol and push back on it at the same time. And now it's in the tunnel and I should be able to pull it out. So our extractor's out. And I mentioned last time too that 9mm are extremely dirty. You can see all of the gunk built up at this point on the extractor. So we'll be cleaning that out. We'll also be cleaning the tunnel itself in the slide because that has just as much of that junk in it. Look at the breech face on this, and it looks dirty, but not unusual, not remarkable, just good serviceable breech face. Looking at the top lugs in the slide, there's no rounding over of corners. It all looks good. There's no cracks. I've seen these slides crack down the left side, and this one is all good. There's no cracks coming out of the lightning holes. This is good to go. So the bottom comes apart just like basic 1911. It is 1911 except for the grip frame. So to get the thumb safety out, again, go all the way up, come down a little bit and pull out, and it pops right out. The right side has a tab that holds the right half of it into the frame, so just rotate that up and out. And this is pinned, so it's not going to come out. So here it is. So we're going to drive the mainspring housing pin out of the frame. Take the mag well off. Slide the mainspring housing down. The grip safety will come out. The leaf spring is out. And I'm looking at contact points on the spring, and you can see where the strut has just kissed the center leaf just a little bit here, so I'll fix that because you don't want any contact at all. And push the hammer pin out, take the hammer out, and the pin, and then that's the sear, the disconnector, and the pin. And the plunger spring assembly. And this is just like 1911 with the mag catch lock. You got to move the magazine catch enough to find the slot. Oh, come on. Oh, this one's going to make me put an actual screwdriver handle on it. And that's out of there. But the trigger won't come out because it's too wide, because it goes around that big wide magazine. So now we're going to take the grip off of the frame itself. And when I put these together, I don't use Loctite on any of the screws, especially these little front guys. So hopefully these will come out fairly easy, he said. Just about tight enough. So the screws come out, but there's still a bushing in there. So it won't come off the frame. And there's a barrel nut up in front that holds this onto. Oh, that one fell out, so that's good. This is interesting with the sight hanging onto it still to take it apart. Come on, go in there. I've gotten pistols in that have had Loctite in this screw and this barrel nut. It's called a barrel nut because it's really just a sleeve that's threaded and there's 2 screws in it. And if you stick something, if you put Loctite in here and then you can't get the screws out, you wind up drilling it out. The only way I know to get another barrel nut is to buy STI's screw kit, and it sells for something like 15 or 16 bucks. And that's a lot of money for that little piece. So that's out. So this thing should hopefully, oh, it won't yet because we still have one of the bushings in. And I use just a punch to just help it out. So that's out. And now the grip should come off the frame. And the trigger should just come right out of the grip frame. So other than taking the sight the rest of the way off the frame and taking the ejector out of the frame, that's pretty much stripped. STI and SV frames, you take a look at this frame and the rails compared to a standard 1911, and it looks like, somewhere between a third and a half of the rails are not there. And they're not. But you don't need them. There's about an inch of rail behind the magazine well, about, an inch and a quarter maybe in front of it, and everything else is cut out. And this material, let's see if I can get this thing. Never mind. I want to show you where these things will crack. And with the sight on here, I don't think you can see it very clearly. Now we've got the sight off of the frame, and these will sometimes crack. Here, it's got more dirt on it. They'll crack right at the bottom of the window where the slide stop goes through the frame, right from this corner, and they'll crack down. But I've never seen one go beyond the heavy part of the frame. And it's just something that happens, but I don't think it hurts anything. Again, looking at this for some kind of problems, and I don't see any. I look at the vertical impact surface to make sure that the barrel's been hitting that, and you can see marks for that. And you look at the back of the barrel, and you can see where that's been contacting. So all is good. Look at the lugs to make sure there's no rounding of the front edges or the back edges, and this all looks good. And the corresponding lugs in the slide, look at those. And there's no raised edges on the corners. Everything is smooth. This thing is timed. Pretty nice. This should run for a long time. There's no cracks. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, so there you go. There's a detail strip inspection of the typical USPSA open gun. Again, if you have any questions for John, you can send us an email at powerfactorshow@gmail.com, or, of course, catch up to us at YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. And so thanks once again to John JPL for helping us out with the show. And until next time, I'm Rick.
And I'm John.